Well, let's focus on one of the names you're just discussing, Rallis India. That's the first management on the show. It reported a good set of numbers in the first quarter, strong margin expansion. The company says that EBITDA growth was driven by volume growth. We're now joined by Gyanendra Shukla, the MD and CEO at Rallis India. Hi, Mr. Shukla. Good morning and congratulations on a good showing. I think we'll need to look at it as quarter one and quarter two together to get a better sense. But it appears that first half of the year is going to be pretty good. Now, you speak about strong volume growth this quarter. So could you help us out? What was it in crop care as well as the seed business? And what is the volume growth you're targeting for FY26? Please go ahead, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. Good morning to everybody and listeners. Yes, one of the things is that this year rain has started on time rather early and has been fairly good spread of rainfall. That obviously brings cheers to the agriculture sector. So we are beneficiary of that. We had revenue growth across all three sectors. We have been talking about three business segments we operate. One of them is crop care, where you have crop protection products as well as soil and plant health product. And then we have a seed business. And within crop care, we have domestic business as well as export business. So there has been, yes, a significant uptick across the segment. I cannot rule out any one particular segment. And as for the fiscal year 26 forecast is concerned, as we said, our goal remains to start delivering high double-digit growth, for next horizon.
Double-digit revenue or volume growth?
Revenue growth. Now, revenue always is a more important criteria because sometimes you have to take a pricing decision. It's a combination of price and volume all the time.
All right. So double-digit revenue growth with mid-teens margins, or better than that, or a little less than that?
Well, I have been saying from the beginning, we want to improve our margin from the last year where we ended by 500 basis points on a long-term basis over a period of time.
Okay. All right. Got that. If you could help us out, sir, how much were exports as a percentage of your total revenues? How did they grow? And you've been talking about the gradual recovery. Could you tell us how do you expect it to grow? And also, since we're talking about exports, just wanted to understand, will your company be better placed because of the tariffs that the US is putting on various countries in the world?
So of total 957 crore revenue we recorded, export is about 190 crore. Now, this changes from quarter to quarter. I think relative to last quarter, certainly significantly, we had a better quarter this year. But our CSM revenues were down because CSM revenues are driven more by agreements and the month you supply. But having said that, export market continues to, while it is continuing to grow on the volume side, prices have stabilized, but it's still a lot of uncertainty given the China tariff factor. So it's very, very difficult to say what will happen in the future. Having said that, we continue to develop our customer base, improve our customer base, our presence in the global market so that we can take the opportunity and be prepared for the opportunity whenever it comes.
Mr. Shukla, hi, morning. Prashant here. Two questions. One, the US-China, the US-India trade deal, right? I mean, agriculture is a thorny issue, access to markets here. And of course, the government will do everything it can to protect interests locally. But is that something you'll be watching for your business as an impact on the business? And second, has pricing bottomed across the portfolio? Different questions. Go on.
Yeah, so I think these trade deals, obviously, there's always some you gain, some you lose. So nobody knows what is there unless it unravels. So we'll talk about it when it happens. At this point of time, our focus remains on domestic business as well as export business. And on export, we continue to focus on delivering customer base, as we said, because I think we will continue to benefit in long term from China plus one strategy, and we don't want to be left behind on that.
All right, Mr. Shukla, just to reconfirm, revenue growth in double digits is what you're targeting. Margins,
it's an ambitious target because the industry grows in mid-single digit.
Yeah.
As a company, we have set out to grow ourselves, and that's goal, ambitious goal. But yeah, nevertheless, that's what our aim is.
All right, and on the export front, you said 197 crores out of the 900 odd crores is what you delivered. So more than 20% comes in for exports as of the past quarter. Yeah. And the margin improvement last year, on an average for the year, you've been doing last 2 years around 11 to 12%. So this year will be how much better? How many basis points better?
So overall margin, obviously, so gross margins more or less remain flat. I think quarter one also has a higher a percent contribution coming from seed. Seed generally is a higher margin business, or so
Yes.
plant health business is higher margin business. So that is reflected in the overall number.
So we should work with a margin number of around 13-14%. Would that be fair?
Well, difficult.
EBITDA margin, sir.
EBITDA margin, yeah, I mean, currently we are at about 10%. No, actually it's higher. Just let me see.
First quarter was around 15% because of the higher contribution.
I think as we move forward, I think quarter two is going to be more domestically important. It has less weightage on the seed. So I haven't worked out those numbers for the quarter two, but I mean, it's a mix of business that will dictate how things move forward.
But margin improvement is something that you're looking at, EBITDA margin improvement.
So as we grow revenue, we must improve our margin. That's our goal.
Got it. And you just briefly spoke about market share. You have spoken about that in the past as well. Quarter four, you said that, market share is something that you are going to be looking at. Give us a ballpark estimate. What is your market share in your targeted market? And how do you see that improve?
So it depends on the business segment. In India, one of the biggest challenges, nobody has a real idea about what is the market size of every segment. We don't have a systematic way of collecting data, but I can tell you, for example, in North India, where our Diggaj cotton is sold, we probably have become joint number one. That means, our volumes are up. That product is inching towards being a 100 crore brand now. So we certainly have moved our market position there, and that comes from the market share gain. Other markets, I think, is early season, is quarter one. A lot of placement has happened. I think we have to wait for this further season to further play out before we can comment. I would say margin, market share we should see on a seasonal basis when quarter two numbers are out.
All right, Mr. Shukla, thank you very much, sir. Good speaking with you, and look forward to our next conversation. And hopefully by that time, these deals, etc., would have been announced as well. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well.